Welcome back, everybody. My name is Spicer, and you're watching Ready Up. This is
Leo.
And we just watched Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 2. Season 8, Episode 2. Season 8,
What is
Episode
this?
2.
Why am I doing
We're going to keep this totally detail-free. So if you haven't even seen the episode or anything, we're just keeping it as spoiler-free as possible. All right. So we're just going to talk about general subjects, and then we'll get into a discussion full of spoilers.
So many spoilers.
And we'll definitely let you know when that happens. All right. So we like to talk about things, like movies and TV shows in terms of certain topics such as directing, writing, music, sound effects, acting. Right. Not necessarily in that order, but all of those things.
Visual
okay.
effects?
Yeah. Visual effects as well. So first, directing. How do you think the directing went with all of this?
Nothing much to say. I think everything is just solid for this episode. On point with everything. I have no complaints. Nothing specifically stands out in a negative way, and to me that makes it solid.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Not much to say about that.
Yeah. The directing very well. Everything was balanced. I kind of knew what was going to happen, of course, in terms of what they usually do with Game of Thrones towards the beginning and the end. Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed the ride for sure. So acting. What do you think about the acting in this episode?
Also, another one. This is one of the better ones to me that really stand out in a positive way in terms of acting, where everybody were kind of on point, solid work, everybody. So we'll elaborate a little bit more. I have more to say, but that would be a little bit spoilery. So overall, great acting here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Everybody did an amazing job. Such a great time in this episode. Such a great time. Writing. What do you think about the writing?
Okay, so the writing is usually where I have a lot of gripes with the show, and this episode is no different. Just post book departure. It has its flaws, but overall, I think there's also a lot of very. When you ignore certain things and when you treat it as fan fiction, you realize you've come to this point. A lot of satisfying moments, really satisfying moments. Some less so, but yeah, it's on par. I would say it's on par. It's where the path leads. Like we're there. Like we're at this point now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, standard for the show. Okay for fan fiction. It's fine.
Yeah. I think they put everything together really well. Like all the moments that did happen, I loved them. So the music, what do you think about the music?
Perfect as always.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They never fail on that music, man. It's always so perfectly situational, and they do a great job all the time. Sound. What do you think about the sound?
So I kind of treat it as part of the music, but it is very different. I would say also just on point. Everything, nothing stands out. It's all part of that grand immersion. It works. Mm-hmm. It's good, solid.
Yeah. Nothing. They didn't have. They didn't have anything super unusual in this one to bring in a brand new sound or anything like that. But yeah, it was really good. What do you think about the effects? Visual effects.
The effects were good usually. So for the last episode, we were talking a lot about the CGI. I won't go too much into spoilers here, but not a lot of CGI here. But we haven't really mentioned that in the past, where the set design and the costume designs were a part of the visual effects.
That's true.
To me, this is on par with the music, where I would say just perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Just absolute perfection. I love everything about their set design, all the costumes. And it falls on par with the level of music that they do for a technical level. Just perfect.
Yeah. The visual effects were great. The tones were great. The color tone was great. I didn't even notice any effects, so that was even better. And I know that there was a lot. I know that there was a lot.
We say there weren't many because compared to the last one, but really there is a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of consolidated.
So that brings us to basically our rating for this one.
Yeah.
Are
we doing ratings for Game of Thrones?
Well, I mean, what should we do for these episodes?
I think for these, I'm gonna go with thumbs up and thumbs down, because I don't know, because we
we can do that.
Yeah.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay, so Thumbs up then?
Yeah, for this episode, again, on par, compared to the show and the standards of the show, which, again, with the writing, I keep saying could be better, certain things, but overall, really, really enjoyed this episode. It's very satisfying, so thumbs up for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, we got 2 thumbs up. Any go to?
2 thumbs up for me. All right, so if you don't want any spoilers...
Spoilers are coming.
Yes, they're about to arrive.
Why,
So definitely don't watch if you don't want it to be spoiled.
Bah.
Okay. So, I don't know how many times tears came to my eyes when I was watching this fucking episode because it felt like we were.
One scene. You know which scene I'm talking about.
Well, let me. Like there was just so many emotions like running through because it felt like I was saying bye to a lot of these people. Like it was really, really saddening, but it was great to see. We can talk about further definitely, but Brienne, we can talk about Greyjoy coming back, right?
Yeah, Theon Greyjoy.
Yeah, Theon Greyjoy coming back. We can talk about the discussion. But yeah, it was so good. It was all up and down, but whenever they finally got together and they kind of said bye to each other as well, it was so fucking heartbreaking. And I was like, literally tears were going down my eyes, like in certain moments.
Yeah. For sure. 1 or 2 for me. Mm-hmm. 1 or 2 of those for me. There was the one scene that definitely cried in, the one with Brienne.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got all the feels from Theon coming back. What do you think about how they're kind of tying everything together, everything off almost like in a kind of neat way?
I love it. I love that.
Everything's like episode 2 of the season and everything gets tied off, all the loose ends, like everything.
I'm glad
they're
about that.
Cleaning house, dog.
Yeah, I love it. I love it because I'm just, because nothing was for just for whatever, it was all for a reason, and it's all been concluded or is being concluded, and that's just satisfactory writing and a really great way to reward the audience for putting in so many fucking years, so many times talking to friend and all the memes and all the stuff like that, and they are definitely paying it all off. What about you?
Yeah, for me, I would say it is something that we've all been waiting for years and years and years. Some of us who are able to read books even before the show started. It's less than fully satisfying for me because even though it's a lot of things that I waited for and a lot of them are happening exactly how I wanted, it does feel a little rushed, like they're wanting to get it out of the way and closing it off really neatly, really quickly. All the time, like everybody's arcs are closing off at the same time. It's lining up because they want to get this out of the way and get to the grand finale, whatever they got in store for us. Which, considering what it is, I'm okay with.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to complain about maybe they could have done it better, spent some more time on it, made it feel more organic, but okay. I'm okay with it.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
So let's see. What did you think about the tension that they're building between some of our favorite characters? Yeah,
between the Stark and
Targaryen.
Yeah, Dany. Yeah, between was it? Anyway.
Daenerys Targaryen.
Daenerys and who else?
Do we need to go through the titles?
Robb Stark, right?
Oh
my God, what's his name?
Who? What does he look like?
The guy she's fucking, obviously.
You're asking me what's Jon Snow's name?
Aegon Targaryen.
Aegon motherfucking Targaryen.
Okay, so.
I'm sorry, Aegon Auntie fucking Targaryen.
Oh, well, see, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Oh my God. But yeah, I think she's gonna go fucking crazy. I think she's gonna win the war, and then she's gonna fucking betray him, and he's gonna have to fucking kill her because she is way too disappointed in the fact that he is heir to the throne, unless he does something heroic and saves her during the fight, and like, oh, I fucking love you, and then they kiss, and then they get saved by a dragon, and then they fly off. Maybe then I'll trust her, but right now I do not trust her at all. What about you?
they're definitely doing a lot of build up and little hints to imply that she might go dark side, but also she won't, because they'll break so many hearts, and the show, again, post books, gives the people what they want. And I think they're building it up to be something that would on paper be satisfying. I don't know if that's what I think will happen, but I'm gonna tell you what I want to happen. All right, and what I want to happen is, so for me, my favorite characters in the books and also in the show are, in no particular order, Tyrion Lannister, Arya Stark, Jon Snow, Daenerys Targaryen. Those are, for me, those are my main characters.
Right.
You know, and I know this show has a reputation of don't get attached to the main characters, but like, chill out.
Yeah.
I mean, chill out. But I think what's going to happen with Arya, I mean, well, let's put this, I will come back to it, but what I want to happen is I want the tension to build up, and I want it to culminate at a point where both of them fucking die, and Tyrion Lannister sits on the Iron Throne, because he's been a complete fail for the last season and all of this season. He's just been fail. Just fail. And I'm like, this really bothers me, because he, in the books, he's the most quick-witted, intelligent, sharp character. And it really bothers me, because I also I'm a huge fan of the actor as well, and the way he portrayed him.
He's great.
Way too handsome for what the character should look like. Like, have you seen pictures of what? Like,
what he should look like.
Nose. He's like have his face torn off, and he should be like deformed, and the eyes. He's supposed to be heterochromic, but whatever. Point is, I think even at some point George R. R. Martin joked or hinted at that for him he's his main character, because he's his favorite character at least. What I want to happen is all the arcs that they resolved today. They certainly, standing out, the arcs that are not resolved are Daenerys, Jon, and Tyrion, because he's all, you know, I'm a terrible hand, I failed her, blah, 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 you know. So I hope that they do this in a satisfying way, because I don't think they're going to let it hang of him being kind of useless. Because
no. He's definitely going to win the day in one way or another.
Everybody else who are like, you know, hey, it's our last day on Earth, or I'm going to make retirement plans for what I'm going to do after this war.
He's just getting drunk.
No, you're not going to go to that island, buddy.
So what do you think about that fireplace scene?
That scene is why I think this is one of the better episodes of this series ever.
Oh yeah, dude, I was like, whenever he's like, you know, Neil, and she was like, whatever, you know, and then like everybody's like, come on, dude, don't act like you don't want it. Oh yeah, and I think he went like him being there and their interaction with each other was so like, she's like, what the hell's going on? Why are you being nice to me? You know, like why aren't you insulting me in some way?
He truly changed.
Yeah, and he kind of went back for a little bit, but it felt foreign to him, you know. And then he went, and then he was just who he is now, you know, a totally different man. Yeah. But yeah, that like whenever he knighted her, and she acted like she wasn't interested in the beginning, and like she's like looking around for, I guess, you know, silent advice, you know, from everybody, and they're like, come on, wait, this is the whole reason that you look like a knight. What do you mean you don't want to be like a knight?
It's beyond even just looking like a knight. She lived by the code of the knights from day one. This has been her entire arc. The whole thing is that a woman can't be a knight, but she's like, this is what I'm good at. And she just lived her life according to what she believed was right. And she's the most noble knight in that entire fucking kingdom.
Oh, yes.
Like, all 7 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she's been upholding the code of knighthood as the romanticized way for the fantasy, right? But for that world, like more than anyone else has. And seeing all that culminate into this, where she could have chosen an easy life, but she didn't. She did what was right every step of the way, and to see it culminate in this, and with Jamie be the one who knights her, and it's just like, oh man.
Yeah, that was
beautiful.
that was
everybody.
And then the clapping, and because I wanted to fucking clap too. Yeah, that was great. That was so great.
Great. That's to me one of the best moments of the show.
That was the best moment of the show for me. Yeah, for sure.
I liked when Jon Snow was punching Ramsay in the face a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I wouldn't say, emotionally it's on par, but it's like in terms of, because we're talking about satisfying moments. That's really what it is. So it's really the in terms of episodes, like the Battle of Bastards to me was one of the best episodes. So Hard Home, there were a couple of good ones. This one scene brings it all par. And actually, I will take your point that in many things surpasses it emotionally because there was such a long build up and it's such a fitting, satisfying conclusion. And also, it's a conclusion. Oh shit!
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think about Jamie and Bran?
It's pretty much what I expected because they.
You called it last week. You're like, "Oh, it's all forgiven. Don't worry about it." Yeah. Like whenever they first, started the show, and he was like basically on trial. And I was like, oh man, he gonna say something. But he never did. And I was like,
I love how they handled it. Though,
yeah.
He's reminding him, "No, I know, motherfucker."
Mm-hmm.
But this is chill.
Right.
It's so fucking ominous. Like in the Godswood when Jamie's like, he's like, okay, well, what's gonna happen after? And he's like, what makes you think there is an after?
Mm-hmm. I was like, oh damn, son, you gonna pull that out? You gonna pull that fortune telling shit out?
Damn. So.
On something like that. But even so, he's like, whenever oh my god, that's the scene I want to talk about. When Jamie was like, look, I'm not the man I used to be, and I've only got one hand, but I'd be honored to serve under you if you'd have me. Dude, I was like,
and I was talking about that last time too, where Jamie is probably the best, most developed character in the books and in the show in terms of you start
the biggest character arc for sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
Development wise, like yes. So like you go from, evil
shithead to honorable,
to likable,
man. Yeah.
like genuinely lovable character, and I'm like, man, this is some good ass writing, and that's all Martin. That's all
for sure.
Like I'm not gonna give them credit for it. That's George Martin.
Oh yeah, great episode.
Yes.
And then I love it when the wildling, the red hair guy. He gets
Tormund,
there.
Every second that he's on screen feels
great.
With joy.
Yeah,
so
like
much.
they were talking whenever they arrived, and then he turns around. He's like, "Is the big woman still here?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
I was waiting for it, and he's fan service, and it's not an accident. This is well done technically from direction standpoint.
Right.
He's not just looking behind him; he's looking at us, the viewers.
Right. Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah, and then he's like,
wall breaking there.
He's like, "We're all going to die, but at least we'll die together." And then she's like every time he tries to flirt with her, she's like, she doesn't know what to fucking do, and it's so great.
Have you seen all the memes with the milk story?
No, I haven't.
Oh, there's so many memes. Got milk.
Oh, I have
the
to
giant
watch it.
Story.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he's that actor. I love. He's thoroughly entertaining.
Yeah.
Every time he's on screen, I'm fully entertained. He's the best. He's the straight up fan service character, and I'm okay with this.
So am I.
I'm 100% okay with this.
Yeah.
I wish they would have done more with the Hound. I feel like he's kind of being pushed off to the side.
Maybe.
Because I feel like I didn't feel good enough closure, and it bothered me last time between him and Arya. But they kind of are moving Arya away from his story and more into Gendry's story, and that was to me the weakest arcs in this season so far, and I feel like that was the arc where
I think it's still not resolved. I think they're going to resolve that. They still got 4 more
but
episodes.
It's moving in an inorganic way for me, and it bums me out because like I shipped Arya and Gendry like way back, like from the books. Like I wanted them to end up together, but like there was something, and it's hard for me to put a finger on it, but something in the way that it's been handled. And I know last time we talked about the sexual tension, and it's feeling a little bit cringy, and not maybe it doesn't feel organic to me. Like so, it feels like rushed. Like this is another plot line that we need to tie off. So let's. Yeah,
there wasn't that much like they didn't pepper that through the season, of that romance. It kind of just like started, and we were just supposed to accept it, but
maybe that's what it is. There were hints like she's always like kind of looking at him all dreamy eyed and
and that was I was like,
yeah, but he feels more like a child crush.
Yeah,
and then immediately goes like very sexual. With
that I like
never kind of seen him that way, and I was like, I was worried about that. So for me, it was kind of cringy because I don't know, it just didn't feel right. So
like she's like, have you been with anybody? And he's like, well, she's like, what, did you forget?
that part was funny.
Yeah,
definitely funny. Overall, their dialogues are pretty entertaining. I really like their interactions earlier in the episode where. Because he still thinks she's like this fragile little girl, and she's like,
oh, and she's throwing those things and he's like, and she's like, my weapon. He's like, I'll get right on it.
That was one of the better moments in the episode. I absolutely love that. So for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited to see her use that.
Yeah.
That fucking.
All right, so let's do something a little bit different. Who lives and who dies next episode?
Ooh.
Next episode. And we have 4 episodes left.
Okay.
Who lives and who dies next episode, and after that we'll do who lives and who dies at the end of the season. And I would like to do that.
Okay, well, the guy with the patch with the flaming sword, that guy's dead.
Next week?
Yeah, next week.
Okay.
Brienne is dead.
His name is Beric Dondarrion, and I would just like to say that he has the best fucking voice.
Yeah, doesn't he? Yeah.
I love his voice. I want him to
narrate every audiobook that I listen to, man. Yes.
Oh, God, yeah. I want him to whisper in my ear before bed every night. I love his voice.
Yeah, he's great. He's suited for, like, heavy metal cartoon. You know what I mean? Yeah, so, but what were we talking about?
Yeah, so who's going to live and who's going to die?
Okay.
Next episode, and by the end of the season.
All right, Theon's dead.
Next episode?
Next episode. Brienne's dead.
Next episode?
Yes. Okay. The guy with the patch is dead.
Beric Dondarrion.
Right. And the wildling guy is dead.
The wildling guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
the red-haired?
Tormund?
Yeah. Tormund is going to do anything he can to save Brienne, and Brienne's just fucked. There's nothing that Brienne's going to... Like, she's going to die so fucking heartbreakingly, violently dead next week.
Next episode.
Episode, for sure. Right. And I would say in the main cast, I think they're going to end on a cliffhanger of Arya either being alive or dead.
Ooh, interesting.
Like, she's going to be trapped at the very end.
Interesting. Okay, and by the end of the season, who's going to survive, if anyone? Maybe the Night King wins.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you answer first, and then we'll go to that question.
All right. So,
who is going to die next week?
Yes. Okay. So I'm thinking, just logically in terms of satisfying, definitely I would say all of the. In terms of characters, also just a quick note here. They sure did said a lot in this episode how safe the crypt is for everybody. They're like, wow, that crypt sure is safe. It's safer down in the crypt.
That's true. Now that you mention it,
it's really, really safe. It's safe, guys. Get down there where all the bodies are. So, yeah. I think most, if not all, of the third tier good guys characters are gonna die next episode. So when I say third tier, I'm talking Beric Dondarrion, the Hound, probably Gendry. Keep calling him Gendry. Let's see. Maybe Theon, although I'm not sure because he's kind of like a link now. It seems like they're building up more and more how he and Sansa are going to end together, so I don't know. And he's also like kind of...
Oh, yeah, they're definitely dying together.
You think Sansa's dying?
Oh, yeah. Okay, now that you mention that...
We'll get to that. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So maybe him... Next episode. We have 4 left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think we're gonna lose almost
Well, are you talking about the next episode or after this battle?
No, because I think the battle's gonna be 2 episodes. Like you said. I agree
Oh,
with you
okay.
last time.
Okay, so I misunderstood.
Oh, so you're talking about the battle?
Yeah. Let's talk about the battle.
Let's do it like that. Let's do the battle. However episodes it may take. Because there's gonna be battle. There's gonna be something happening, a twist, and then.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a 2-episode battle.
Yeah, sure. I agree. I agree with your observation on that for sure. Okay, so battle wise, Brienne's done. Then I would agree with you on. If we're talking battle, then I would probably agree with you.
What about Jamie? I think he's going to be a sly motherfucker, and I think you're right. He's going to kill Cersei. I think he has to get through this to get to Cersei.
Well,
I think after he sees all this shit going on and all the death and all the war and the fact that she never fucking came to help him, boom. He's like whenever Jamie is fucking focused and you're like, you're going to die, that fucker's dead. So
I think will happen with them. I think that not only is he going to kill Cersei, he's going to commit suicide with her by burning both of them alive. And that is a callback. That is how I believe they will meet their fate in the books. For sure. I believe that. Whether or not they do that in the show, because the books are sprinkled with little prophecies and little hints and little foreshadowing about that exact end. In the show, they haven't spread as much foreshadowing towards that. Like in the books, Jamie, like you're in his mind when you're in the book. You know what he's thinking. He's like, man, maybe we should just like all die together in a fire. Like it's a thing that comes up sometimes. I don't know exactly because it's been a while, but it's a thing because they see themselves. The Targaryens used to marry brother and sister throughout the generations. Dany herself, if I'm not mistaken. If not Dany, then at least her father and all the generation above him, but they're all products of incest. So, and the Lannister twins, like in a way, lived their life a lot in a very Targaryen kind of way. And in fact, Cersei, especially in the books, where she's acting as if she has that Targaryen madness, and in fact, one of the theories is that the Lannisters are all Targaryens as well, but we're not going to go there because they haven't done any foreshadowing towards that in the show, so we're not going to worry about that. But all
right, so back to who's going to be dead
I'm going to stand by. Jamie and Cersei are going to die together, I think.
Okay. So battle. In terms of the battle,
in terms of the battle, I would agree with you. All of the third and second tier characters are going to die at the end of the next episode. Sam is going to survive. He's going to be the character who survives everything and tells the story. He's going to be the narrator. He's George R. R. Martin. Okay. He's going to be the guy who's in the Citadel writing everything that happened. You know? So, you're a puppy? Shh. So, Sam's definitely going to survive. I don't think Ghost is going to survive.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
You remember Ghost? Ghost? Because they just kind of threw him in the background there to remind you that he exists. Like, we'll just composite that back there.
Is that Arya's dog?
No, that would be Jon's.
Okay. Yeah. So that's at least one saving point.
Speaking of Arya's wolf and other wild cards, I believe that Nymeria is going to make an appearance before the end.
Who's that?
Nymeria is Arya's wolf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Remember how she sent her off?
I think that witch is going to come back.
That's where I was going with this. She's going to come back because she said straight up, we will meet our end in Westeros. And I think her and Davos' end will be together. But before she dies, there's going to be some motherfucking fire show, dog. Yeah. She's going to go in a huge fucking blaze and she's going to take a lot of undead with her.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Yeah. And she's going to be there for Ser Davos. I think that's how he meets his end.
Okay.
Yeah, perhaps. And I don't know. And maybe that's when Beric Dondarrion meets his end too with his fire sword. The eye patch.
Yeah.
Beautiful
for sure.
guy. And let's see who we got. Tormund, I think him and Brienne will die together. I think they'll die together fighting back to back. She'll recognize him, I think. He's going to make some stupid ass joke and
then they're gonna die.
And then she's gonna maybe laugh even as they're dying, whatever.
Okay, so
they're gonna die in honor.
Okay, so you're saying that the White King, right? Is that
the Night King?
The Night King is going to die next episode. Not this episode, but the next episode.
The Night King? No, I said no such thing.
Okay, so So what's going to happen with the Night King?
I don't know.
I think in second episode, Bran, obviously there's going to be him and Bran.
Yeah.
Theon's going to be there. He's obviously going to die.
Get
He's going to do whatever he can, and he's going to get ice picked at, like, he's going to be talking. He's going to be talking, saying something really emotional, and then he's going to get
just
fucking
like that?
yeah.
No closure for Sansa. I
No
guess her
closure.
closure was when he came back for her.
She'll be there. He'll be there to save her. He'll take the ice pick for Sansa. Sure. They're all together.
I'm a leaf on the wind.
Right. And yeah. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Sure, I can see that.
What's the last scene of the next episode?
The last scene of the next episode is dragons. We have 2 living dragons and 1 dead dragon, and that's gonna be the last scene of the next episode, in my opinion.
Okay. Last scene for me. I think they're going to kick that off like halfway through. Like the battle's gonna start. They're gonna be like, oh, either we got it or this is gonna be the thing that's gonna help us, and then they're gonna do it, and then the dragon is gonna come and start killing people. But I think the last scene is going to be Arya surrounded.
Okay. Yeah. You don't think Arya's surviving this?
Oh, yeah, she's gonna survive.
She's gonna survive the show or
The
battle?
the battle for sure.
Okay.
The battle for sure.
Okay. Sure. With her new weapon.
Yeah, there's still lots of episodes and killing to get through for sure.
And she's got some names on that list. She's got some names.
Yeah, they're definitely resolving that for sure. Yeah. All right. So, anything else you want to talk about before we head out?
They've done a really good job. Writing's on par, could be better, but it feels like they're getting all the good fan fiction conclusions out of the way to get to what we're talking about here, and I, for one, cannot wait.
Yes.
They've done a good job in building this up, and man, next week's between Endgame and this, man, there's gonna be a lot of
so many fucking emotions gonna be going on this fucking weekend. We're losing so many fucking people this weekend. Oh man, there's so many people dying this weekend, dude.
Shit.
Oh
man,
my god,
the nerd heartburg is gonna be real, yo.
Oh man, it is.
Stay strong, brothers and sisters. Stay strong.
All right. So, anything else?
I think we're good.
All right, brother. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thanks for keeping up with us. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't already, definitely give us a like. Definitely subscribe below. We're going to be doing lots of reviews in this type of format. Spoiler, totally detail free. Then spoiler discussion, ratings, all that type of stuff. If there's anything else that you want us to review, put it down in the chat and we'll take a look at it. All right. So until then, this is Ready Up. My name's Spicer.
And I'm Leo.
And we'll see you soon.
Wolf power! Ow!